Hello, everybody, and welcome to our commentary of The Expendables 2.
Been a while
So,
since our first
Yay.
Expendables commentary, which I hope is public, because otherwise this will feel awkward when this release is close to that.
and since this was the first Expendables movie to bring in a chick among the roster, we bring Shiro into this as well.
Enjoy having her around for the rest
theme.
of our Expendables commentaries. Yes, we'll be
Which is
covering
only
even the
one
third
more
one.
movie by the time of this recording.
But Tio,
Alright,
apparently they're working on a
There have
fourth
been
one.
rumors about a fourth Expendables movie for a long time, but so far not.
All right, Shiroi, rise up your sleeve because you're about to get a huge injection of testosterone.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
All
going
right,
off of the
so
first
basically
movie, which was a fun ride, you probably should enjoy this one because this one actually got a fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
The thing about the second one is that the second one wasn't the first one was fully embraced a lot of the stuff from the older action movies in the sense that it took itself completely seriously. This one, on the other hand, this one is a bit more tongue in cheek in tone.
Apparently, this one also has a good story too.
Yeah, no, it still knows how to take itself seriously when it needs to, but it's much more self-aware. Whereas the first movie, while I was fine with it because that's kind of how those movies of the '80s were made, it took itself completely seriously, and a lot of people were like, "Okay, why don't you just own up the silliness?" No, that's a thing, Tail. That's what they were doing with the first movie. Because if you go back and watch those '80s action movies, they took themselves completely seriously. They weren't self-aware.
Alright.
Then, so start before the Lionsgate logo.
Ah, yes, this is one of Lionsgate's good series of movies.
Yeah.
Alpha
All right.
and
So,
Omega
all
much.
right, everybody. Like Dave just said, turn before the Lionsgate logo. So 3, 2, 1, click.
It really is hard to believe that the same company that allows these movies to be a thing was the same company that also allowed Alpha and Omega. And
Well,
again-
Yeah,
The
so, aside
the
from
ultimate
those,
ambition.
like, what are the major Lionsgate movie franchise? I don't really think of many of them.
Hey, Tio. Well, those John Wick, but hey, Tio, there's also that Robin Hood series.
Oh, that's
What
right.
Robin Hood series?
They made that another Robin Hood reboot movie Jova last year, or 2018, and barely any marketing at all.
Alright. So whereas the first movie was praised for just being outright silly, this movie is considered the one that's actually
Single-
legit good.
Palchoked, whatever.
Not to say that the first one wasn't good, but the first one was good in the sense where you take it tongue-in-cheek. This is apparently one that even serious moviegoers enjoyed, so more power
Also,
to
this-
them.
Like I
This
said, this
time-
movie, on the
this-
other hand, this movie is constantly winking at the audience, which is basically, I guess, what the critics wanted. They wanted more cheekiness.
From what I've heard, this
Also,
one
this-
also has a better structured story
Yes,
than the
Williams,
first one.
This time, the film's from a filmmaker named Simon West, a British filmmaker who previously directed the music video for Never Gonna Give You Up. And
Really?
So this movie is rickrolling us.
he, in terms of filmmaking, he made Con Air,
Oh,
The
let me
first-
guess.
the first Lara Croft Tomb Raider film, and some other stuff.
Let me guess. A micronation in the Middle East slash ex-Soviet Union, ruled by a dictator that rotates because coup d'etat happen all the time.
Well,
Is this
of course,
just cause?
Okay, basically, Shiroi,
Far
the
Cry.
Expendables, the concept of the Expendables franchise is let's take every '80s action movie legend and stuff them in one movie for badass purposes.
And then the concept of Inspectables 3 was, let's pull the we're getting too old for this card to leave him out of half the movie. Don't really like the third movie.
Especially considering how this movie already kind of does that joke at the end anyway. So
Basically, folks,
There you go. Hey, Steven.
for those who don't know, my experience with the Expendables movies is of this. I did the first commentary, which was the first ever one I ever saw of the Expendables, and loved it. Then, to try and save ourselves some time, we looked at Expendables 3. Yeah, bad news about that. The footage was kind of jaxing as how it wasn't our best commentary and how we're going to redo it with Shiroi, so you won't get to hear my first reactions to it. But all you need to know is that I didn't like it. In fact, I kind of hated it because of what it tried to do.
No,
and how it
nobody likes
wasted
Expendables
Harrison
3.
Ford, of all people. I digress.
basically, Shiroi, this franchise is the brainchild of Sylvester Stallone, aka Rambo or Rocky, if you prefer.
Sylvester Stallone, one of the actors who performed and pretty much perfected the art of, hey, even though I'm old, I can still do some kick-ass stunts.
Guys, don't be silly. We all know he's most famous for his groundbreaking, for his amazing performance in the Get Carter remake.
What was he thinking with those?
Or how about as the villain in Spy Kids 3?
You know, fun fact, actually, when I was a kid, I used to think that he was actually a weird-sounding Tim Allen.
Duh?
Yep. He sounded so similar to me as a kid back in the day.
Of course.
Welcome to Tune Time.
So, of course, Yuri, we start up with the usual things that I'm sure all genders love equally. Explosions, gunning, running, charging and blazing and guns blazing through things.
Excitement.
Yay!
And yelling.
So I wonder who's being tortured by generic dictator number 32.
This rescue is being done by Trench, aka Sylvester Stallone's character. His partner is actually a British action star. Webs, would you do the honors?
Jason Statham. He's been one of our
knock.
yeah, he's been one of our hard action guys for years.
Well, he's got a nice name. I'll give him that.
And recently he's been in. Recently he's been in the Fast and Furious. In fact, he's got a spin-off coming out later this year with.
He was also in the first Death Race reboot film, but then he completely quit out because he didn't like it.
Well, he has standards.
Yeah, and the Death Race reboot series is not great, believe me.
Well, then I say that, but he was in the bloody Pink Panther film.
Yes, let's take care of the chopper by shooting at it with machine guns. That would work.
and he was in an Uwe Boll movie.
Oh.
Well, the only one that had a budget. Yeah, from.
Yeah,
there you go.
I mean, as long as it works, why not?
Late for that. Well, I'm not sure if that's realistic or not. I think, why am I asking for realism in this?
Jesus Christ.
That's Terry Crews, Shiroi, the guy who sadly was dragged by Microsoft to be the star of Crackdown 3. But,
you may remember me instead for those weird deodorant commercials of Old Spice.
I'm not sure we had those.
Ow.
I'll show you another time. Those are actually funny.
Love how I just threw that gun and it hit the guy's head.
Yes, I saw Tango 2. That works. Yeah.
Well, this came out 2 years after
Tango. Tango aside, the movie seems to be very emphasizing the fact that frying pans are great tools for bludgeoning people. Even
they're gonna hurt. They're a frying pan.
Even in Lord of the Rings, Peter Jackson couldn't resist.
Speaking of Statham, have either of you guys seen the Crank movies?
No.
Don't watch I haven't seen the first one, but don't watch High Voltage.
All right. So who's the guy who we had to rescue?
Schwarzenegger.
The man himself,
It's
Arnold.
I know, right? Is he talking about Terminator Genesis?
No. Remember, back in the day, there was always that thing when it comes to action buffs where you're either an Arnold guy or a Stallone guy. You know, kind of like.
And I was one of those guys who went to be pretty much just both. But
that was kind of like the Sonic versus Mario thing too.
Okay.
No,
so...
I know, but like in movie, he will say this is embarrassing. Like
okay,
Well, but remember, Taylor, this movie is very meta.
Well, in terms of the. Well, if you want my opinion, I think I'm more of a Stallone guy. I think Stallone's a better actor.
I think this
Depends.
also was like after his his mandate as the governor of California.
Yes. Basically, as you recall in the first Expendables. Oh, by the way, Shuri, another good reason why this is a good jumping on point. Whereas in the first movie, we have an epic scene that can only just sadly be only one scene with basically Stallone, Schwarzenegger, and a certain other actor who I won't spoil to you just yet, but you've seen him in action before. But it can only be that one scene because Schwarzenegger was governor of California at the time. Now that he's no longer governor of California during the making of this movie, we get to see quite a bit more of him in action.
Lucky ring.
It's a good job we saved Arnie. We need him. Disney's Terminator 6.
Yeah, I was blurred for a bit. Has Mr. You-Know-Who shown up yet?
Nope.
Ah, okay.
He's
But
gonna
yeah,
show later.
of course.
So now,
When I-
Walter, my one weakness.
Well, when I say Disney's Terminator 6, I except the US.
Hmm.
I mean, Terminator 6 does look like it could be more promising, though, man, Genesis was a mess.
I don't really trust James Cameron anymore.
Joe,
Oh.
besides it's got David Goyer as a screenwriter.
Well, Disney like to profess themselves more on quality, so maybe they'll...
Well, Paramount, Jova.
Not to
It's
mention
Paramount's
Terminator 6 started development before the merger was officially finalized.
Yeah.
True. I mean, so, okay. I'm hoping that it won't be as much a mess like Dark Phoenix is shaping up to be.
Like I said, Jova, I've stopped.
Over the river into the plunge.
I've just come to a point, Jova, where I just don't feel James Cameron has in him anymore. Honestly,
Oh, James Cameron's back for directing that.
he's not writing. No, he's not writing or directing. He just came up with a story.
Oh, well, I mean, if he found a good enough writer, then...
It's poor.
Oh, that was funny.
We just started.
He's in charge of the production, though. But I'll talk about.
I'm sorry, did we run into the Howling Commandos from Captain America's
Hold on.
Okay.
Sure, that works.
Liam Hemsworth. Hello.
All right. Okay, sure. You know Chris Hemsworth, the guy who plays 4.
Mm-hmm.
That's his younger brother.
Liam Hemsworth, who at some point
Yeah.
was engaged to Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, the guy made some really bad life choices.
Ouch.
Well, I mean, so did she.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
They were made for each other.
I think they eventually called
that's
off
the
the
thing, Sheila,
engagement
bad
at some point.
decision that I was talking
No,
about
no,
was
I
even.
know.
But yeah, Liam Hemsworth is in this movie as the new guy of the group, the younger one, the Vies.
Yeah, other than being a family reunion, sort of a family reunion for the classic action star, this movie series tries to be instead like a launching point for some new potential.
Ah,
Here's
Terry
one.
Crews, I always love you. Another reason why I hate Expendables 3.
Isn't he in that Beverly Hills 90210 show?
I think so, yeah.
Ho ho ho, motherfuckers!
Oh, snap.
Well, okay, yeah. If there's one good thing about Simon West is that, like in the first Tomb Raider movie, he does a lot of crazy stuff in camera. Like in the first Tomb Raider film, there was the scene with Lara swinging around on the bungee.
Like, if there's ever a director I can trust with The Expendables, it's definitely the guy who made the first Tomb Raider movie. Like, that thing is just testosterone, but with a female protagonist.
Yeah,
The movie.
They could have got the director of the second.
You know what I'd like to see, actually? An Expendables movie made by John Woo.
Okay, remind me again, Dwebs, how old was Stallone by this point?
Let me.
I think
let me
at
check
the end of the
60s,
50s,
I think?
at the very least.
Let me check. This released in 2012.
Wait, isn't he like in his 70s now?
Now, but remember, this was 2012.
Well,
talking about this.
Stallone was 66.
Yeah.
Wow.
66.
Yeah,
he's an old
I
man,
thought
Shiro.
so. He had to be in his
Keep
60s
that in
during
mind.
this, since he's now in his 70s. But yeah, that's kind of the idea with a lot of these guys. They're pretty old. Well, some older than others.
But that's the thing. He doesn't even look 66.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, great! Big cannon shell.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Oops.
Oops.
I'd argue the only time he really started,
We.
the only time he
Please.
really started, he only really started showing his age with the Creed films, and at least then there's a good reason for it.
All right,
Yeah.
now, fasten up your seatbelts. It's about to get hot here. Yeah.
Michael Bay would be so proud.
Yep.
Epic slow-mo retreat.
I don't think there are enough explosions.
Oh, sure. Well,
We just
okay.
started.
Okay, I haven't seen this movie
I
before,
mean, for
so...
Michael Bay to be impressed.
True.
Uh-oh. Yeah, might as well lighten the load. Lord knows how much those jet skis cost. Man, all this! The countries must be going mad over Mr. Schwarzenegger. Was the governor of California really that valuable? After he left
Possible.
office?
Keep in mind, they also freed like a Chinese guy that was with him.
Well, I'm surprised, Joe, but it was around this point. You had that extra battle there as well.
Guess that makes him really valuable to a lot of countries then. It's like in Tropic Thunder, where the Koreans held Ben Stiller captive because he was the lead in that very weird Forrest Gump
The interview.
ripoff.
Oh no! Oh no, it's not that. Okay.
I got the ring of.
Apparently, that movie wasn't even any good anyway.
What, Tropic Thunder?
No, the interview.
The interview.
Oh,
no,
God,
it was
no.
just there.
Oh, there you go.
Right.
Guns, skull, knives. Yep, that's definitely what I come for.
Heavy province, China.
Yeah, so basically, the plane is severe state of disrepair. Wait, if there aren't any hydraulics, how is it still flying?
You need hydraulics more so for
Magic.
actually... Well, to be fair, the hydraulics are...
Movie physics.
Okay, the hydraulics are technically more so for landing gear in some cases. So technically, they can use it to fly just fine. Depends on
Yes,
which
but-
hydraulics.
Hydraulics are pretty much for the controls. If you have none of those, you're going down.
Well, not so much going down. That's the wing function. It would affect definitely the steering, though. Oh, boy.
Then, and then the
Man, Amazon got really weird with its delivery services.
and then
Would
the
you
old
like to have your
fat-
hostage rescued? Well, now sign on to Amazon, and we'll have the not A-team get them for you safe and sound.
Cheese.
Only with Prime.
So yeah, that's Jet Li done, I guess.
But considering the two-parter South Park episode on how it satires about Amazon and its treatment
Oh,
of its
God.
employers,
Ah,
yeah, I'm not surprised.
That's real Chinese takeout.
Jason, you're British. It's takeaway.
Well, he
Yeah,
knows.
But the
He has to
character is
translate for
American.
the Americans.
Yeah.
He's British.
But the character is American, so
He's
Wait,
got a
he
British
is?
accent.
Wait. He's
Is he- isn't he?
American?
No, he's got
shouldn't
a-
he?
I thought he
he's
was
got
a
his British
Brit.
accent. He's got his British accent and all.
I'm talking about the character, not the actor.
Yeah,
Opening bar.
he still has a British accent. Well, then again, I guess Americans can have British accents if they're Britons.
Maybe he's
Riz?
British American.
Yeah, Jason fancies someone over there. But it was around this point, I think he was dating Rosie Huntington Whiteley
Hmm.
from Dark of the Moon and Max Fury Road.
Who I'm sure
Remember
you
the
love
bro
so
code,
very much.
Jason, action films about heart stuff was your thing. Yeah, the Crank films. Well, I get it, because I haven't seen the first one.
Oh.
And hope to die. In which case, I mean, someone's going to have to die.
Don't say that.
I mean, they are expendable.
Terry, like,
Ooh.
what are these people wearing? This bandana. Terry is a... Like, oh, nice pen.
It's no country for old men, Tio. The old ways are passing, but they're still here to remind us of them.
Speaking.
Sorry, we ain't got nothing that had skulls on it.
Meanwhile, Liam, here's the modern dude.
Like this guy here is
Special
Oh, hey,
receipt.
Dolph.
Dolph Lundgren. Basically, Shiroi.
Dolph Lundgren actually could have been Wolverine, believe it or not.
You know that famous line from the Rocky movies, Shiroi? I must break you.
And
He's the one who uttered it in Rocky 4.
hell,
So.
they end up meeting again in Creed 2.
Yeah, remind me, Dwebs, what was it that Dolph Lundgren took instead of X-Men that forced him to not be Wolverine?
No, that wasn't Dolph Lundgren. That was another guy.
Yeah, I could have sworn Dolph Lundgren. Maybe it's another role I'm thinking of, but he almost had some
Besides,
role.
I would see Dolph more. I would have seen more him as Sabretooth rather than Wolverine.
Maybe that was the role. I feel like
This is important here.
Out of place.
So, Jova, how would you rate this Australian American accent?
The Hemsworth brothers are pretty good at that. Well, okay, Chris never really has had to try an American accent before.
He actually really looks a lot like his brother, actually. Like, he has basically the same face.
Well,
He just doesn't have as much hair.
In some families, Pedro brothers can become, can have the same type of genes and facial appearances, even if they are separated by years.
True that.
Genetics is kind of funny like that.
Yeah. You see, I'm going out with this Cyrus girl. I heard that she used to be a famous pop star.
So, Shiroi, guess what?
What?
Wow, is this really just... I have to wonder, is this just the life and stories of him when he was engaged to Miley Cyrus? Because the way he's talking about his sweetheart certainly does sound like it. And if I recall correctly, this was around the time when they were engaged, before they broke up the engagement.
Yes,
So,
Pedro?
guess what?
Yes,
Liam Hemsworth's character here, he only has one more job till retirement, and he's
Of
gonna do it so he can marry his girl.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink.
Is this just a warning sign for him not to marry Miley Cyrus?
Jova, if you know your action / cop.
My
fiction
point
tropes,
exactly.
you know how it's gonna happen.
That's my point exactly, Pedro. It's because he's trying to marry that he's only got one job left.
Jova,
The only subversion is that it's for the younger character. You figure it would be one of the old ones.
Jova, that's
Also, nice model.
Jova, that's freaking morbid, though. Don't marry Miley Cyrus or you'll die. That's
Well, you know the term, Dwibs. She can't be tamed, as one of her
It's
songs
poetic,
said.
It's like a
Oh,
modern
God.
Courtney Love.
Oh, you saw that music
Oh,
video?
there you go.
Yeah, I did.
It was terrible, wasn't it?
All right,
was
Shira. So we have Arnie, we have Stallone, but there's one major action legend missing. So, cue.
Bruce Wayne? No. It's the other BW.
Bruce
It
Willis
is-
from the Die Hard movies.
Obviously
It is
missing his
Mr.
hair.
Clean, period.
Poor. I wonder if Bruce ever looks back to the older Die Hard films and misses his hair.
yeah. I think it was at this point Bruce just got the script for the film he'd do the following year.
Which was...
A
Die
Good Day
Hard
for
5.
That. Yeah.
Oh, yeah! Which I hear
The one with
sucked.
Skip Woods. Yeah,
Yes.
hold on.
So yeah, Sylvester. So Trench stole it from $5 million from him.
That's not very
Oops!
nice.
And apparently that's caused his baldness. Oh
Well,
god,
Rex will do that.
Oh god, he's gonna become Lex Luthor, where he blames him for the loss of his hair, isn't he?
Although he's threatening him to throw him in a prison that's more similar to the one in The Dark Knight Rises.
Which is just a shame. We were on such good terms in the first movie.
Maybe
See,
get a
there's
hair
a-
transplant.
Plane was shot down, and in that plane was you just said it there, a safe that would. Yeah.
You cannot let it fall into the wrong hands.
I actually saw this movie in theaters day
I did.
one.
I
Wow.
did too. Well, not day one, but I saw it.
Wow,
And
you
it
must
was
have
at-
really liked the first one.
Yeah, and it was actually one of the best theater experiences I've ever been to.
Let me guess, audience were laughing and cheering.
No, and it was a packed theater, and literally everybody was just as into it as I was. We were all laughing at the same time. We were all cheering at the same time. It was a collective. It was
Yeah.
a collective group of people enjoying just eating this thing up.
I saw it with my dad.
I love how also when he's like, a woman. Ugh.
Hey,
She
you
takes
got it.
care of herself.
Hey, look,
What are
buddy.
these women you're speaking of?
Hey, look, buddy.
So, yeah,
Have you
so, yeah,
seen
the
Ming
basic
Na
premise-
Wen, woman who voices Mulan? Yeah, she's pretty actually kick-ass. In fact, she'll be able to really kick butt as Ming Na Wen. I mean, Agent May in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So I suggest that you get with the program that women can kick our butts just as much. Or haven't you known with Michelle Pfeiffer?
So yeah, the
Also-
basic gist of it is that Bruce needs Stallone here to help this like woman do some mission.
And
Okay.
retrieve that safe.
And if he does that, then the debt is paid.
But of course, he's going to have it see that they escort.
Well, she's played by Yunnan.
It's interesting. Like it's always the Asian actresses who show up in these action shows and movies.
Martial
Well,
artists?
Like Lucy Liu and that.
It
Lucy
also
Liu
helps,
and Ming Na Wen.
It also helps boosting the film's popularity in China for obvious reasons.
Nice bike.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
No, I'm Rocky by view.
Yeah, I've heard better.
I know. Remember, Joe, but when you're doing Stallone, you have to act like the left side of your mouth doesn't work.
Okay.
Poor Sylvester.
Yeah, I heard better. Hey,
Hey, Rocky. Wait, I'm Rocky, ain't I? Whatever. How's that?
Please don't start rapping, Dwebs.
Don't worry, man. I ain't gonna start rapping.
I don't think Stallone is even capable of rapping, Shiroi. His mouth, remember, half of his mouth doesn't work.
I feel like I've seen him rap before somewhere.
I'm sure.
I tried rapping once before. It didn't work. I ain't good at rapping presents.
Well, don't ex-
I wouldn't even think Stallone is even clever enough to wrap his brain around the whole concept of rhythm. So,
the Gassak Mountains of Albania. Dolph.
I thought he was
he's
gonna
gonna
do
try and
some,
hit on her. Let's check this out.
for a second, I thought he was gonna do some crazy experiment where it would blow up the plane.
That's a look that says, try it on me and I'll castrate you.
He's like,
Yeah.
Good job, Dolph. You're an ace with the ladies, aren't
Look,
you?
look, Dolph, you're a great action
He's
star.
nervous. Don't be mean.
Yeah, I know. I mean, he may look tough and gruff, but inside he's a teddy bear.
Oh.
well, considering what happened to his marriage in Creed 2.
You know what's
Yeah.
interesting, by the way? Might as well bring the. You know what's interesting about Dolph Lundgren? Even though he actually has, like, unlike most of the other actors, he actually has a course. He actually is graduated in chemistry, but he chose to become an action star because he just prefers that career rather than
Why
being
not?
a chemist.
Yeah.
And fun fact, this movie will incorporate that aspect of his life into the character in this movie.
Sweet.
Again, why not?
Lady. Let me read off the list. He's engaged, probably gonna get married, and it's his last mission before retirement. Don't get interested in that
That's not
one.
important. He's about to tell his story, so it doesn't hear it. It's important.
So you're an American sniper?
His American accent is fine. It's not the best, but it's convincing enough.
It's
Especially
serviceable.
in an action movie like this, where you probably won't hear it over the raging gunfire. Oh no, please tell me you're not going to end up like Billy Cohen.
Who?
A guy from Resident Evil Zero. Let's just say Mission with Army didn't go so well.
And we blamed him.
Yep.
This is all your fault.
Wow. And here we were having just a merry little trip before that story came out. Oh my god, it really is turning
No one
into
said
Billy
the story
Cohen.
time would be fun.
Well, sure, they did ask. He's just obliging.
I'll give him this. So far, there's definitely a lot more of a mature tone, but not at the sacrifice of the fun.
But they shot a stray dog that he adopted as well.
At least they didn't shoot up an
That's
entire
the biggest
village.
crime of all.
It's kind of like the plot of Doom 2. The whole reason the Doom Marine goes against the demons there, they killed his pet rabbit.
I mean, hey, be thankful it wasn't Keanu Reeves' pet dog that you shot.
Yep.
Oh.
I mean, to be fair, rabbits are hellspawn, so...
Really? What happened
yeah,
to you
I
with a
don't
rabbit? Did a rabbit eat your garden up?
No.
No. I learned from Holy Grail that rabbits
Yeah.
are
Well,
spawn,
true,
so-
yeah, I've seen that, but I once had a class pet rabbit, and he seemed nice. Although he was a big one.
For you.
Yeah. Hey, this looks like the same set from Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Actually, it reminds me more of the more recent Planet of the Apes movies.
Which were also done by Fox.
What was done by Fox?
Both Fantastic Four, Fan-4stick, and the recent Planet of the Apes movies.
Oh yeah, the Planet of the Apes movies, the recent ones, are actually rather good.
And
Yeah.
from what I heard, the last one was like the least one was also the latest. Sorry, was also the conclusive one.
Yep. Maybe Disney will carry it on. I don't know.
We'll see.
I can't believe I can't believe I can associate Planet of the Apes with Disney.
Oh!
Everything
Ooh.
belongs to Disney now.
Anyway,
I tell
yeah,
you
now
guys, the alien princess is gonna make a wonderful Disney princess. It's quiet. Too quiet for
quiet.
especially for an Expendables movie.
The Expendables 2.
This is also kind of them paying a bit of an homage to Predator.
Which
Yeah.
is weird that they don't have Schwarzenegger in for this scene. Yeah.
Although Stallone here seems to
Don't
be.
worry, Joe. But Schwarzenegger will come in for the climax, and he'll have plenty to do there.
Nice.
Oh, Stallone seems to be dressed a bit too casual. It's like he's having a tranquil strolling through the mountainside.
Well, remember, Teo, this is kind of more of a quiet
Okay.
mission.
Yeah. They need a
Supposedly
cover
we're
or
not.
something.
Supposedly we're not here to shoot people.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
There's the plane. We got our big gun just in case.
Oh, doggos.
Wolves. Yeah,
Rude.
go away. Well, they might have eaten them, so...
Oh my god, his name's Billy too. Jesus. Maybe somebody really was a fan of Resident Evil Zero.
All right, so let's try to see if we can find the black box.
No bodies, surprisingly.
Well, probably the wolves got their remains.
Yeah, but no corpses. That's weird. Unless they pulled them off somewhere else.
Yeah, possible.
It's
They lived.
suspicious.
Maybe they're like the wolves of that Frozen 2010 movie.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, be careful.
Hmm.
If you screw it up, then either Terry Crews will lose his hand, or we'll set off a.
Probably needed some lube.
8, 9.
Finish up your
10.
download sooner or later, woman! Still as heavy!
Up. Nope.
Oh, jeez.
Up.
Oh,
It's a trap. Oh, wouldn't you like to know?
Da, 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 da.
Ooh.
Ooh, couldn't get
So
close
what
there.
was
Wait.
inside the safe?
Says the guy
Oh,
who.
Lord.
Says the guy who leads a team called the Expendables. Well, mission accomplished, I dare say.
I'm sure nothing will ever go wrong.
It's not like we have already an hour left in the movie.
Now, where's our guy who has only one day left to retirement?
You mean Billy?
Yeah, Billy.
Remember, he's up there to get a vantage point because he's a sniper.
Yeah, I know, so let's get him. Guy with only one day left to retirement?
Fail.
And here's our villain, played by Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I thought I
Because why
heard.
not?
I thought I heard some French.
Was he still married with Monica around this time?
I don't know.
God, Hollywood marriages just come and go, don't they?
And unfortunately,
It's the norm. He
And
got Billy.
unfortunately, he captured Billy.
Yeah, Jean-Claude Van Damme, for what I hear, plays the absolute best Expendables villain that there is.
Well,
Yeah.
well,
Yes.
well, Van Damme's Belgian, but French.
Tag.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, the Belgians speak French.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Ah.
That's nice.
There's Van Damme using his kickboxing skills.
Oh yeah, Van Damme knows how to kick butt. It's a good reason why he got cast as Guile in the Street Fighter movie.
Well, back then they hired him for his kickboxing, not his acting.
Yeah. Here, he's the full package, acting and kickboxing.
Yeah. Meanwhile, ideas like peace.
He's gonna kill you. Such tension.
Drop your weapons or I'll kill 4. I'm his brother, you idiots. Oh,
Well, then I'll kill Thor's brother. That's Loki, you fool!
low kick? Okay. Ow! It's a skull.
I like symbols, see? I like how it symbolizes.
Yeah, he's got a goat for it.
So he's a Satanist.
Yep.
Hey, you just said the pit of Satan. Yep.
Very interesting career, interesting choice he's made.
I'm ever so glad that you were nice to retrieve it for me. I hear this man has only one day left till retirement, no? How about we make it 0? God dang it, can't you guys just let me heroically sacrifice myself?
Already once.
Also, how many times are you going to stop me? Yeah, funnily enough, he turned down the role of the character that Dolph Lundgren plays.
Oh, really? Huh, how about that?
Hmm. Pick it up, you lazy little shit.
Do it.
Other than something, Stallone as the Emperor.
Lee, being the prideful one, obviously, does not take kindly to this.
Use your aggressive feelings, boy. Let the hate flow through you.
Let the hate flow through.
Now, young Skywalker, you will die.
You die.
Unlimited power!
Also, Jean, I understand your tattoo choices, but it's where you're tired. The Matrix style died out at least 5 years before the release of this movie.
Well,
So,
Tio, maybe he traded dressing talents with Albert Wesker, who also seems to not have
possible.
realized that
It
the
was
Matrix
very
movies died out.
Western.
And
True violence.
This is for you saying that the French people are the cowards.
At this point, you're just indulging your ego, dude.
Well, I guess he's just really mad at the
That wasn't clear before.
I'm guessing he's a Frenchman who's just really... I mean, god dang it! I guess he's just a Belgian who's really sick of people getting Belgians mixed up with French people. And thinking that Belgians are also cowards, like the French. So this is revenge against everyone who believes in the stereotype.
Do you fear death?
You're asking me if I'm afraid of Guile. Sir, do you not realize how silly a question that is?
yeah, oh,
Wow! He has the guy hold the knife just so he can kick the knife. It's like saying you're not even worth my actual hand doing it. I'll just kick it into you.
I could kill you with my hands, but that wouldn't be badass enough.
I'm surprised
I
he
was gonna
didn't.
kick it.
I'm surprised he didn't clean the knife on the corpse. The rest is.
Billy, please! You've gotta live to marry Miley Cyrus!
Oh shit! Is that it? Oh, okay. I guess it's blessing in disguise then. Oh,
But she was Hannah Montana! She was... actually, Disney's about to drop her at the time of this.
and so
Wow, is this movie that old?
2012, yeah.
2012.
Yeah.
You're right. It's 7 years old by this point.
God.
I thought she went off the deep end before that.
Basically, it was some point after she stopped being Hannah Montana that she started going off the deep end. Which, let's see, I think she stopped being Hannah Montana around that time.
Wait, Jean-Claude Van Damme was in the Kung Fu Panda movies?
Yes. He's he played one of the villains.
He also did an amazing set of green screen stunts for public domain. If you have Sony Vegas and a bit of creativity, you can do miracles with them.
Okay.
Personally, I prefer Gary Oldman in Kung Fu Panda 2.
Okay, yeah, Hannah Montana ended around 2011, so yeah, perfect timing, pretty much.
Yeah, it was around this time. Yeah.
So what to do now?
So it turns out it was plutonium that was in there.
It's always plutonium with these movies. The one element that people love to think up of magical things to do with in movies.
There you go, Shiroi. There you go, Shiroi. Poor Liam died. Poor Billy died just so that Jean-Claude Van Damme can make some bombs.
Are you sure he doesn't want to just reenact Back to the Future?
Maybe those are the terrorists Doc Brown steal from.
All right, so we're going to bury him and give him a proper ceremony.
But okay, controversies are bringing in a new character. This actually does work out well. I mean, yes, it was a shame that...
No, we're reading. Hold on, we're reading the letter that he wrote to his girlfriend.
What I'm asking you, honey, is please, by all means, do not go public with that Can't Be Tamed song. It'll be the road to ruin.
Here's Stallone's philosophy, kind of.
Don't go out on a wrecking ball.
So many life lessons.
life sucks and then you die, as Vince McMahon would say.
It's.
No, that's it.
I think it's one of the oldest
What's the plan?
proverbs.
Oh, what's the plan?
Wow, simple.
There
So
we go. There we go. We have our plot.
So-
we have our plot. Track down, find Van Damme, and kill him.
so a revenge.
Personal.
Well, yeah, it pretty much is. I mean, it was supposed to be just a simple mission for them, but then here comes old Belgium, man. Seriously, man, were you that bitter about Guile not taking off as a live-action character?
No, he's just an asshole.
An asshole who really loves to go up and beyond with it. I have to say, though...
That's what assholes do. They tend to go the extra mile
No,
to be assholes.
He allowed his regrets of making the Street Fighter movie take over, and
I think what I love about this movie is that it hasn't taken too long. He's already my favorite Expendables villain just for how much of an egotist he is. Hey,
I love that.
About that, Bruce.
Hey, Willis, you know your diehard days? I mean, hey, Willis, you know how your diehard days and how you had those revenges against, Alan Rickman and that other dickhole in the second movie, and then in Jeremy Irons in the third? Yeah, something happened like that with us. Don't expect me to ever call back to you until the climactic finish.
they cut him off because he's too he hasn't got the balls to do what he wants to do himself.
What happened to you, Willis? You used to set planes on fire, for God's sake, man. Now look at you with your office job.
It's like near the end of Congo, where the girl, the boss yells at the girl if she got the diamonds, even though almost everyone died.
Yeah. I don't care.
You pleb.
Consider that his retirement fund.
I'm tired. Well, fuck you then.
Hey, sir, I'm tired. Could you put one in me, just not in one of my vital organs?
Well, what's the point?
In hindsight, that
I
could have
mean,
gone
at least
better.
in the OG Broly movie, the Saiyan slavers actually still whipped the Shamosians instead of killing them.
I mean, what else? What else is it gonna be? Sir, I'm hungry.
Well, I guess you can say it's a very enthusiastic program that really gets the others who are not too tired, apparently, to keep on living.
Sir, I pulled my back muscle.
Sir, I have to go to the bathroom. Oh, okay. You have 10 seconds.
10. And then he shoots his testicles off. It's like, hey, they didn't go to the toilet anymore now, do you?
Yes. Do it anymore? Now put one in your bladder. That'll keep you from having to go.
Yeah.
So yeah, aside from in his quest for plutonium, Van Damme is actually enslaving people to work for him in the mines.
Holy cow, this guy's a bastard. Like, Eric Roberts was bad, but the guy just wanted money. This guy is in it for the full role.
This guy also wants to get rich, Jova. He's just even more of an asshole about it.
I know, right?
I mean, how it could get worse, Jova. You even let them finish their sentence. They go, sir, I... You don't get your knickers in it.
I'll have you know, I've been in several different racing car films, lad, and I know the ins and outs of a car better than you do your own mother.
You know what's funny? One of Jason Statham's best movies is the one where he isn't even an action guy.
Which one?
Snatch.
Oh yeah, he's not one of the action guys in that. Oh, by the way, I love him in Spy.
All right, the next Hold on.
I bet you have been.
We don't take kindly to you 80s action stars around here.
Oh, here we're all about the 90s, the 2000s.
Jesus Christ, everyone has that fucking tattoo here.
All the bars and all the countries in the world, they had to walk in them.
Let me guess, Satanists.
Mm. Mm-mm.
We no habla español.
Yeah.
No, just talking like a new language or something.
Ask a simple question.
Hi.
You want to play basketball?
With your heads. Bar fight!
Yes!
Why not?
Cowards.
I love that one of the guys in the background was just holding on his beers.
Pretty much.
It's like that guy in Jurassic World that runs away with his margaritas.
Yeah.
You can kill me, just not my beer.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. There's some stuff that even an R rating can't.
Oh, this movie's rated R? I thought it was PG-13.
No, the third one was rated. I think right around here, I think it's 15. Hang on, let me check.
Maybe it was the third film that was rated PG. Yeah, that was.
Well, actually, it was the first one was released in theaters in a PG-13 cut, but then there was an R-rated cut released on video.
I think that's the one we commentated on.
This one was always R-rated from the very beginning.
Huh.
Let me check.
And yet that didn't stop it from being quite possibly the most popular of the movies. You hear that, Hollywood, who thinks that having to make everything PG-13 is what allows it to be popular?
It seems very learning for the most part, so give it time.
Yeah.
Around here, Expendables 2 is rated 15.
I'll send you a sympathy card later, after everything's done. Yeah.
They had a cameo at the end of Furious 6. When did that come out?
When indeed? Probably some year that'll make us feel old again.
What, 2013?
Did it?
Yeah, Fast and Furious 6 is 2013.
Well, I called it. It makes us
No
feel
taxi.
It's been going on a while.
Seriously, why is it that in every place is you can't get a cab, you can't get a bus, nowhere?
I mean, buses are self-explanatory. Not sure about the taxi part.
I don't know how old you are, but I don't want to guess.
66.
Wow, you're doing pretty good for your age.
Ray's Pizza. Okay.
Hey, don't you diss Unos or Bocce's.
Hey, it stole that, guys. Also, Pepsi advertisement.
Whoa!
Interesting way for product placement. An ad that's from 50 years ago.
So when's the part where they team up with...
Here, I love this one. I love this conversation now. Let's see what Terry Crews is making.
Oh god, is he gonna sing 1,000 Miles?
Let's see.
I'm guessing those are beans or something. Yeah.
Ooh. Well,
Oh boy.
he's not wrong. Rigatoni can be good.
Hold on.
It's bland.
You just said that. It's cliche.
What about Frosties?
Hold on, listen.
Cheerios? Terry Crews, I love you, but...
Hold on.
2020.
Makes sense.
That's deep.
Yeah. Sophisticated. I'm not complaining.
Whoa!
Terry.
Ooh!
Terry thinks Italian's overrated.
Oh.
Whoa.
So how's your estimation of Terry Crews now, Tio?
Well, that's it. I'm clearly boycotting all the Spice deodorant because of this. Never mind the fact I haven't purchased them so far.
My last meal would be a selection of cheese.
Oh, good choice. Let's see. My mess meal would be barbecue ribs, barbecue chicken, duck, selections of cheese, cheesecake, filet mignon steak, T-bone steak.
Rolled. Also, I'm guessing this was used for the transition in theaters.
Not done, you rude little...
Jover, I'm not sure
Yeah.
if you want the apocalypse to kill you or heart disease.
Sure. If it's my last meal, I want to go before the apocalypse. Because the apocalypse can be pretty painful from what I hear.
I can get behind
Broken
that.
heart disease.
One of my far parents actually died for that very reason.
Oh, snap, because he ate too much?
Yeah, and he literally said something like, well, roughly translated, I have to enjoy this, so either I stay or I go. And he went.
Yeah. You know, fun fact, actually, CNN has actually picked a theme to play if the end of the world does in fact come. Guess what song it is?
I don't want to set the world on fire.
Nearer my God to thee.
Yeah.
I'd have gone with I'm Still Standing.
I would go with I Will Survive just for the irony of it.
Oh, so you want to do what Chicken Little did?
Well, lady, he hasn't died for a long time. Like he hasn't died only recently. Like, you know.
Except it would be better, because my life isn't a shitty movie.
True.
Yeah. All right. Hopefully, we're not going to spot the position.
Here's hoping. Thank God they're not in one of the big radioactive areas of the Soviet army either.
Well, aside from Chernobyl, there's not much of the areas that are dangerous.
Ah, it's a beautiful day in the morning looking for vengeance.
Oh, that's it. That's fun.
Dolph? Gotta wonder if Dolph actually fell asleep on set and they're like, let's just film around him.
Oh, that worked.
Well, contra blessings, he's not a heavy sleeper.
You're in a bar, just snatch a beer.
Honestly, well, Terry, I'm sorry. Judging by that shot with the coffee mug, like not the coffee cup, like there, it looks like a 2-person size.
Knowing Terry, he probably needs 2 cups just for his manly figure.
Possible. So possible.
Ha! It's a beautiful day. A beautiful
Oh,
day
come
for an
on.
ambush.
Yeah. Nope.
I mean, this definitely woke them up.
Oh, the irony. Only now the jukebox activated.
Well, you need some cool music for action. I mean, I'm not sure if this works, but you know.
Might as well.
Yeah.
I get knocked down.
Sir, do
But
you...
it's okay, but it's okay, guys, because they're about to be saved by quite possibly the most special guest of this movie.
Yep.
I wonder who it could be.
Hmm?
Yes.
Now we're just throwing grenades for the lols.
We don't got a tank. But they do!
Oh.
That's
It's like
what
in
we
the-
needed!
It's like in the Rambo video game where the odds are completely stacked against you and you have no chance of survival.
Well,
Miss tanks.
Oh,
thank you, well-timed jukebox. Do you even have anything that could take on a tank? Well, okay, you took out that guy.
Oh,
Eh,
Oh my god, it's a magical gun. Where did he purchase that?
Well,
From the screenwriter.
who could have taken out the entire army and the tank alone?
Who indeed?
just listen here.
Was it Kazam?
Yeah.
Kind of makes us a bit... Well, then again, I guess to be fair, they got
Wide
nothing to
open.
lose.
Yes.
What? No way.
Chuck Norris, ladies and gentlemen.
Chuck
Really?
flipping Norris.
Chuck Norris.
Walker Texas Ranger.
Chuck Norris joins the.
Pardon?
The brawl.
uh,
Chuck Norris is Chuck Norris.
Was this before or after we found out that Norris wasn't exactly
Right in the head.
nice?
This was, I think, before.
listen here. Listen here.
I didn't want to bring it up, but yeah, basically.
Listen.
Of course.
Oh, don't worry. You'll be finding out a lot more later, too.
Yeah.
Well, dang. That's knowing.
Oh, yeah, listen here.
Okay, here we go. Chuck Norris in a nutshell.
Yes, they knew the memes.
They just couldn't resist putting in a Chuck Norris joke in there. Of course.
I bet they couldn't. Much as a shame as it is knowing that we're later going to figure out that Chuck Norris is kind of a pretty bad person. Yeah, he's good in this movie at least. So I'll just do what I normally do whenever I watch Hercules and separate the
Actor.
the art from the artist.
Yeah.
Do you mean the TV
I mean,
show Hercules?
Yeah.
he didn't write
With
the
Kevin
movie,
Sorbo.
so, you
He's
know.
referring to the case, for example, of Kevin Sorbo with
I was also talking about.
Disappointed.
Yep. I was also talking about Disney's Hercules too.
All right.
Wow, what was that about?
James Woods.
James Woods.
Ah, right, okay.
I have to do that now whenever I watch Crisis on Two Earths. It's still a great movie.
Anyway, enough about that.
Hey, Statham!
You'll be
I
late
think-
to the party, you know.
Yeah.
No, don't. Just, you see, I got waylaid filming my cameo in Fast and Furious 6.
Yeah, did you now, huh? When are you gonna let me cameo in one of those?
Dwayne Johnson's took that spot. I'm afraid. Sorry.
Yeah, well, you'll probably just keep doing Furious movies. Maybe I'll cameo in your spin-off movie.
Now we got Idris Elba for that. We're cool.
To quote Gimli, you find more happiness in a cemetery.
Dang. Don't worry, that's what the third movie is for. Oh, God!
Oh, Jesus.
Well, I'll give Jean-Claude Van Damme this. He definitely wants them dead and is willing to be as
Oh.
efficient as possible.
But they're not very good shots.
It's actually not that, Jova.
Oh, it's someone else. Your terrible shots. Wait, Sigourney Weaver?
No, she.
What's it? What's this? What's this? One of our own gender is with them? Then clearly they must be trustworthy.
Also, Jova, she was still relatively old by the time we remember. She was in the first James Cameron's Avatar, and she was already old by then.
Well, as we've seen before, age has not stopped her from showing up in other action cartoons.
No, I know. I'm just saying that the actress here seems to be too young to be Sigourney
James
Weaver.
Gunn's Avatar.
What? Yeah, true. And this was before we got the whole de-aging stuff.
I mean, remember, Libs, James Gunn wrote the sci-fi stuff before Guardians of the Galaxy with Titan AE.
Now, here's one sad thing, though. Unfortunately, Yin Yang could only show up in the opening of the film. because apparently because his actor Jet Li had scheduled conflicts with Flying Swords of Dragon Gate.
Oh well.
I think he's doing
At-
more stuff back
At
in
least he
China
comes
now.
back in the third movie.
Goody! The third movie.
I think Jet Li's doing more stuff back in China.
So there you go.
Orphans,
They've been protecting these orphans.
Ooh, an Orthodox church. Actually, I've been in one of those. Orthodoxies have a particular way of celebrating things.
Ah, so they're a stronghold of the wives of husbands who left.
Yeah.
Never
The
came back.
husbands have been conscripted, so they are holding the fort. Yeah, there you go. That's also why we're protecting the orphans, because they will be the next.
Mm-hmm.
It's similar to the child soldier recruitment that happens in Africa constantly.
Except this one's in Mother Russia. Well, no longer Mother Russia, since this is after the Cold War, but I digress.
Mm-hmm. That was sadly one of the problems. After the fall of the Soviet Union, all the microstates that formed did not manage to have enough to rise up immediately, having a strong economy and such.
Yeah, we have good old favoritism communism to thank for that. Proper communism may have worked, but as everyone knows, they were anything
Stalin,
but that.
That's pretty
Yeah.
much almost entirely on him.
And the sad thing is that he died before his country fell, so he pretty much got off scot-free.
Sadly. Well, that's not much that we can do.
Well, I'm sure our revenge plot will be able to overlap with freeing their loved
Never mind.
ones.
No, never mind. Barney has an idea.
All right.
Meanwhile, back in the worst mining area in the world.
You know, Isengard became shittier with each year.
I can imagine the shooting getting worse. Guys, I found the plutonium. Hey, boss, I found the plutonium. Take all the credit for himself.
Oh, looks like they're here to pick up some new recruits. And by pick up, I mean force at gunpoint.
Hey, where's our rice?
You'll get it when we have properly produced it.
Search every house. We want our rice, damn it. That's the only edible food we've got round here.
My condolences. Quick, follow that boy! And hope he's not leading us into a trap.
That would be very awkward.
It would be a cruel
What
thing
kid's
to...
gonna lead us into a trap? They're stupid.
Yes, they may be stupid, but let's not forget that
Of
they can get
course.
desperate.
Alright, here you go. This is one of the best scenes.
Excuse me, sir, do you have a moment to...
Listen, Shiro, you're gonna love this one.
You've been waiting to say that, haven't you, Statham?
Jason Statham disguised as an Orthodox priest.
I now pronounce you Man
Man
and
and I.
I was almost expecting face
Well,
and
we can't
fist.
have an.
He even kicks people with the incense thing.
we can't have a movie like this and not have the one-liners.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, so now puns are okay.
Oh, well, yeah. It's the
Well, that was-
Expendables, Shiroi.
Well, that was kind of one of the trademarks of 80s action movies, Shiroi. The one-liners.
Oh! Oh, man.
School jewels.
Let's see. He kneed him 3 times to the crotch, punches him to the face, and he's still not done with the guy. That is mean.
Well, check this out, Shiro. We're about to get an even better one. You'll see. Holy shit!
I think you got him.
That's 7.
And yet, in terms of pure craziness, I think,
Even as kunais.
I'll be honest though, guys, in terms of pure craziness, even with a lower age, even with a lower...
Listen here.
Okay.
Listen.
Lol.
Always a classic.
Anyway,
Rest in pieces. Ha 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 ha.
Yes,
anyway,
Waves.
I was going to say, in terms of sheer ludicrousness, yeah. I told you.
Oh wow! He kicks one down a hole, shoots another one, and then seals that guy in the hole just in case he survived. Holy cow!
I told you he'd do that.
Dude,
Anyway,
you can't. Dude, you realize you can solve things without using a gun, right?
Waves.
Anyway, as I was saying,
Yeah, before you continue, just one question that I asked to you. Who plays, the henchman, the guy who had the butterfly knife?
what's the henchman's name?
I forgot.
The
sorry.
right-hand man of John Clown Van Damme.
Yeah, the guy with the beard.
Let me check. Scott Adkins.
Oh, I heard him. But anyway, continue.
Oh, I've heard that name before. Scott Adkins.
He's from Birmingham.
Yeah.
Anyway, what you were saying, Waves?
I'll be honest though, in terms of sheer ridiculousness and ludicrousness, even with
slow-mo shots. Oh,
even
yeah.
with the different age ratings, I still think the later Fast and Furious movies outdo these.
Well, it's Fast and Furious, Swibs. The name pretty much says it all.
Well, Joe, remember, it started off as a series about a group of people stealing DVD players, and now it's turned into a sci-fi.
Are you... Alright, looks like it's time for the final showdown to come.
Oh, Scott
Not-
Adkins was
not
in.
quite.
Oh, sorry.
Not quite yet.
Still got a bit of time left.
There's in
He
the Bourne
was-
Ultimatum.
And the Doctor Strange.
Boom time!
Oh, and he was Deadpool in X-Men Origins Wolverine after he lost his mouth.
That's where I heard him from. Oh,
Oh, right, yeah, he played
Yeah,
Deadpool.
Ryan Reynolds
No,
doesn't even
again,
get to play Deadpool in the end.
Again, yeah, I'll be fair. Adkins did the best with what he had.
Oh, I do
It's
not
just,
blame him at
well,
all
what
for
he
that.
had
It's
was-
just...
It's
The
time
problem
to
was
get some freedom.
That reminds me, have you guys seen the mid-credit scene from Deadpool 2, which pretty much
Yes,
has, you know...
Yeah.
That's the best thing X-Men Origins Wolverine
know,
ever gave us. And
you
it
could have
technically
listened
wasn't even in
up.
that movie. Well, we're not coming out with that plane, I think.
I mean, he was in need of repairs anyway. Might as well go through with it.
But it's so shaky.
It's like the equivalent of a last meal. Well, this plane's gonna get its last flight, might as well end it with a bang!
Ooh. No shit.
Well, at least you won't need a bigger boat.
These poor slaves.
Good job not hitting any of those slaves, by the way.
Friendly fire doesn't exist
Don't
in this
worry,
universe, Jova.
Don't worry, Jova. They're professionals at this.
Speaking of professionals, they got the plutonium, which means, yes, you have
Of
outlived your
course the place was
usefulness.
bombed.
I have decided now that you have outlived your usefulness. Goodbye.
Well,
Well, ugh.
So, yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Well,
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
you seem to be taking this rather well. I know, right?
Okay.
Alright, Dolph, let's see what you got.
he's using his chemistry degree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually, surprisingly enough, one of the old Mickey Mouse comics with Floyd, made by Floyd Gottfredson, actually explained in details with Mickey Mouse creating a bomb using chemicals.
Now we're gonna show you kids how to make a proper bomb here, but make sure to use it responsibly.
Remember, Jova, it's a surprise tool that will be useful later.
Well, not like we've got much to lose. And hey, Terry, it's not like, any of us are going to end up being incapacitated and sitting out most of the movie.
Alright, let's see if it works. I don't know, no one is enthusiastic about this.
They've had a crap enough life. I can see why they don't want to risk dying here.
Okay.
Wow, I've seen enough Wile E. Coyote commercials to know how this one will go.
Ooh.
Oh, man. Wait.
Almost. Wait. What? Hold on. Wait for the punchline, guys. Wait for the punchline.
Okay.
It's
I'm back. Of course.
Yes.
I'm back.
Also, sort of a reference to Total Recall, considering that movie Arnold got to pilot a giant Rio.
I think I'm back is one of his biggest catchphrases at this point.
It's his biggest catchphrase, Joe. And it has been like that for decades at this point.
I want you to remember that line, because I'm never going to say it again.
Totally.
I'm surprised. Well, actually, not surprised. It'd have been funny if they somehow went the Hercules New York reference.
Well, okay, if ever there's a keen way to have a character return, A+ there.
Yeah. We still have like 30 minutes of movie left.
Oh, look who else is also here.
We need to act our revenge.
Well, folks, whereas in the first film you only got one scene, now you get your actual wish of seeing these three super action stars together for the climax of the film.
Hope you enjoy.
I have been told about the scene, but I have kept myself from spoiling it to see if it's as awesome as I was told it was.
Oh, trust me, it's absolutely glorious, I assure you.
Yeah. Like, this is...
Everybody in my theater was cheering throughout this entire climax.
I'll bet. Let's see. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Bruce Willis, and Sylvester Stallone. Already, that sounds cool. I mean, it was cool in the first movie, but no action there. But this? Well, let's see how they handle this. Oh! Hey, Scott Adkins. Hey, look, no hard feelings about... Oh my god, he was Deadpool literally the year before this movie.
So, technically a step up in his career.
Massive step up.
And...
Well, this...
Wait for it.
This is 2012. Origins came out in 2009.
Oh god, it did come out in 2009. I thought it was... Oh, yeah, that's right. That was X-Men First Class that came out 2011.
That was a better film, Joby.
Alright.
Okay, good start. Good start.
Yeah, most of the climax is going to take place in this airport.
Wow, fighting movies love to have scenes in airports for some reason.
Not the plutonium.
Quick, use it, and then we can go back to the future. I mean, back to the past and save Liam Hemsworth.
I'm pretty sure none of the vehicles here can go 88 miles per hour.
Just get Andrew Garfield. Work them back up.
Oh, I don't know, Tio. I'm pretty sure plenty of these. Whoa! Okay, that one must have been booking to smash through that glass wall like that. Wow, I love how Jean-Claude Van Damme doesn't even flinch. He's like, look, I just need to be on time, okay? We'll play with them a bit, but then we have to be out of our way.
It really feels like Wesker.
I know, right?
But sir, there's plutonium rods everywhere.
It's kind of a shame they didn't get him to play Wesker in the live-action movies. Instead, they got...
I wonder.
Oh, boy.
I forgot which year was it. There was one of the Call of Duty
Here we
games
go.
that had a questionable, but had a controversial shootout in an airport. But I
Be careful
forgot.
you don't hit. Be careful you don't hit any civilians.
Hold on. Listen. Whoa.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh, of course.
Hey,
They're
hey,
just
Chuck.
bringing out all the big guns for this final fight, aren't they? So let's see. So we have Rambo, aka the Toy Maker, aka Rocky. Oh,
We're gonna have probably one of the more clever between Arnie and Bruce.
style.
yeah, he's not even trying. Bang bang.
Hey, Jova, did you know that Chuck Norris once pissed in a truck, and that truck is now known as Optimus Prime?
Yeah. I also knew about that.
Listen here. Oh. By the way, his name is Villan. By the way, Villan.
I love how we're just hearing his name. I think this is the first time.
My name is this movie.
You
The
know,
most unsubtle villain name ever.
I think this is the first time we heard his name. But yeah, Villan. God, this movie.
I think it's now that we're gonna get. Yeah. Hold on.
Oh snap!
Yeah, they get to use each other's cat pages.
They just switched catchphrases.
Was
Okay,
it good for you?
Rambo.
Sure, why
Why
not?
not?
Just
What?
sure, why not? Let's just bring everybody in this.
So are we gonna bring up those? So we're gonna bring up any of Chuck Norris's old films? Then again, those kind of suck.
What was that movie that he did where he's a spirit of nature?
Woodland Critter.
Not that one, please. Oh,
Oh, what? Do you want the one instead with Jonathan Brandis?
Well, maybe Dodgeball. He was the judge in that.
Oh my God, he was. And unlike Eric Roberts, I want to be smart about it. I will get back what is due from me after the Street Fighter movie.
What is a smart to do?
Was that really necessary, Mr. Terminator? Oh!
I know the feeling, Arnold. Don't
I
worry.
wanna.
Arnold Schwarzenegger and Bruce Willis riding a smart car
Hey.
in an airport.
He's not kidding though. He's not kidding though.
am I in heaven?
He's not kidding though. Those things are small.
Sure, our thoughts on all this.
It's testosterone.
Beautiful testosterone. Oh! Now scanning through. Sir, could you please empty your pockets? You seem to have some bullets in you.
You know, if there's one thing this movie tells is that airport security doesn't come hard enough.
Well, to be fair, airport security didn't see this one coming, and they kind of came with the guns flashing out. Then again, what could prepare you for Chuck Norris, Bruce Willis, Sylvester Stallone, and
In this
Arnold
case, it was
Schwarzenegger?
Saddam.
Yeah. Statham, Terry Crews, and, well, why don't we just throw in the kitchen sink while we're at it?
Like, it's literally just missing Steven Seagal, and that's a shame.
Well, Seagal was going to cameo in the, but he had a dispute with the producers.
Yeah, sadly.
Uh-huh.
Alright, time
Fine.
for, obviously, the pre-final boss fight with the second henchman, second
Let-
command.
Those helicopter blades could be pretty dangerous.
I mean, why not?
interesting
Let's reference Raiders of the Lost Ark while we're at it. Why not?
Oh, God, it's a shame Harrison Ford wasn't in this movie, but he
love
was
the-
in the third one.
I love the way Stallone shoots his gun.
Yeah. This is quite possibly maybe the biggest crossover I've seen before the likes of Civil War, Infinity War, or heck, even the Lego movie, which had practically everyone.
Yeah.
And the music could not be any more engaging. Like,
Who's the
holy
composer
cow.
for these dweebs?
Brian Tyler.
Brian Tyler, aka
Ah.
the composer of Transformers Prime.
I thought I recognized
Ooh.
that epic awesomeness. Ooh!
The Fast and Furious movies.
Uh-oh.
Oh!
Whoa! That's a fatality.
Don't lose your head.
Oh my god! It's the second time he loses his head, just like in X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yeah, but he came back to life in that one. That didn't matter, did it?
Wait, he came back to life after losing his head?
There was a post-credit scene.
Oh!
Yeah,
Well,
I remember.
Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot about that.
There was a post-credit scene hinting at him becoming the traditional Deadpool, but
It's okay.
obviously that went to nowhere.
It's okay, guys, Ryan Reynolds undid that.
Yeah. That's
Well,
nice alone.
But Jova, how could he? He killed himself.
All right, now it's time for the final showdown between Villan and Barney.
Oh my god. I mean, this movie... Okay, I have a feeling the people who made this movie thought, guys, we can make a movie that is incredibly silly, but unlike the first movie, we can actually get a fresh rating on Rotten Tomato by actually being smart about it somehow, to the point where we can have our villain literally called Villan, and people will love us for it. And lo and behold...
Such an Ace Attorney name.
Villa. You've seen Deadpool 2, haven't you?
It's oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, have you seen Deadpool 2?
Yeah, I've seen both movies.
Ah, okay.
How'd you like them?
Yes, Pedro?
It's basically Joe. While Stallone did not direct this one, he co-wrote it. So he's the creator of this franchise. Like so he will be the one that made those choices.
You know, wouldn't it be a dick move if Stallone just chose to shoot him right there and then?
All right. So basically, we're going to.
Branding this old school with a fist fight.
We're going to basically we're going to solve this the old-fashioned way, mano a mano, man to man.
Boy, he is wow! He even threw the knife away.
No weapons, no knives. We're just going to solve this in a good old-fashioned fist fight.
I love how Stallone doesn't throw away his guns; he just pockets them.
Did you like the two Deadpool movies you were? Joe was asking that a bit earlier.
Yeah, did you?
Wait, what?
I was just wondering what you thought of the two Deadpool movies.
Yeah, I said I saw the two of them.
I was wondering what you thought of them.
Oh, I like them both.
Which is amazing considering that both part. Some of the jokes relate to the X-Men. I don't think you've seen any of those, have you?
I have.
Oh,
I didn't like them.
Aww.
Oh
I'm
snap!
not going to hurt you. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm going to take your life.
But doesn't that still include hurting me?
I mean, you can kill someone in a relatively painless way.
Well, that hurt.
True, Shiroi, but that way the revenge wouldn't be satisfying.
It needs to be slow and painful.
Yeah.
You know what this fight reminds me, Jova?
What?
The QT first encounter with Krauser in Resident Evil 4.
Oh my god, it does.
The lighting seems also almost identical.
You know, in some ways this does feel like a Resident Evil movie. Just better than the actual Resident Evil movies, aside from maybe 1 and 2.
Yeah. In terms of lighting, yeah. In terms of choreography, it reminds me of the final boss of MGS4.
Mind you, I'm not overly fond of the like 15 camera cuts in 5 seconds spiel.
What, from which movie?
Get it?
This
to wrap this
Oh,
up.
but...
Oh
boy.
What's next?
Oh shit!
Like the only thing that's missing is for Villan to bust out an axe. Here, Barney. Let me ask you a question.
I've got an axe to grind with you.
Nice one.
Oh, so now you're resorting to the knife,
so
huh?
So much for sportiveness.
We're going bad.
I'm going to kick this into your chest just like I kicked this knife into his.
Sorry, man, I forgot his name.
Oh, there he agrees with you, though. So there you go.
You cannot convince me that these have to be taken multiple times because the actor actually burst out laughing at the name.
I wonder.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how did he not?
Oh! That looked like it hurt.
I know the combo, Stallone, square, square, triangle. That always works.
Now, about who's gonna be dying by whose knife?
You can
my
see
God.
the veins pulsating.
Oh my god, the soundtrack felt like it went Avengers for a bit there. That was awesome.
Come on, man. I'm in my late 60s. I'm still kicking.
Get up and take this beating.
Ooh.
Hey, ask me to turn around.
Guess you're polite? That's too easy.
Yeah, probably has a hidden gun or something.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh!
This thing.
Huh! Well, he took it like a man. That's the last thing you'll hear.
Twisting.
Well, about as much as.
Jesus.
Did he just spit on him as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, gotta give him every last present he can before he goes.
Well, he deserved it.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Lucky ring.
Ooh.
And that was it.
Hopefully.
Does anybody here know how to carve a turkey?
I wonder.
turkeys are dry and gross.
There's your proof.
Yeah.
Heads up.
Oh, there you go. We were saving that. You know, I never did think of actually killing my opponents by taking their heads off in the Die Hard films. Maybe I should think
I'm
of that
not
for
head
Die
over
Hard
heels up with
6.
this, but okay.
Remember Stallone? Yeah. Fun fact: Stallone used to be a porn star.
That's kind of how a lot of actors started out, believe it or not.
Plus, in comparison to a lot of other action stars, he's not that tall a guy. He's only about 5'9".
I know, right?
I'm taller than him.
Yeah, shush.
It's a shame she... Well... They are the ones who were immature?
You're all immature.
Aww. Maybe you could be one of the Expendables. No, please, please, keep her around. She'll be able to help save the atmosphere for Expendables 3. Then again, maybe she took one look at the script and said, I'm out of here.
Possible.
Is it really that bad?
Oh, sure.
It's more like boring. That's
No. It's bad. I'd argue it's pretty bad. I won't tell you why it's pretty bad, but it's pretty bad.
Oh, wait, Chuck, how you doing?
Oh, don't worry, Chuck. Chuck, you don't have to blame them for killing your business. You'll do plenty good your own at that.
Well,
Yeah. As a token of gratitude, I'm not going to be in the next movie.
Yeah, surprisingly.
oh, that's right. We lost the plane. Oh,
There you go. It turns out to be just
Hold on.
as shitty.
Oh, listen here.
They should have had Harrison Ford for this movie, dang it. Seriously, that line, that's his line technically. I mean, it's cool that they got Harrison Ford for
Right.
Expendables 3, but it's Expendables 3! Yeah, sure, Expendables 3 really did a number. Like, just to give you some...
Paris.
Oh,
in case
Paris.
you were confused with Paris, Mongolia.
Or Paris, New York.
Yeah.
Just to give you some context, Roy, Expendables 3 was so bad that Stallone's working on getting Expendables
Ooh,
4,
present.
the same way Ryan Reynolds was working on getting Deadpool after X-Men Origins Wolverine.
So yeah,
The
so
leather and cash.
Billy's girlfriend gets the money.
You know, she does look a bit similar to Miley Cyrus, just a bit older.
Yeah, and that's the letter that was before.
We end with a Expendables sing-along.
Expendables.
Musicals, dwarves.
You know, Expendables 3 would have been better as a musical, not gonna lie.
How would that have gone? What would the song titles have been called? Stallone Alone.
Stallone alone. Terry Crew on board. Dolph going for the golf. Jason Statham in one lane.
Just Jason around.
Why was Harrison Ford not in this movie? God. I swear, a lot of those lines would have worked so much better if they had Harrison Ford in this movie. But I digress.
And there you go.
Is there an after credit scene?
No, not that I know of.
Whew, what a wild ride that was.
All right. Final thoughts?
Sure.
Who wants to start? Go ahead.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. You know, it's nothing more or less than what you'd expect. A bunch of guys who are at least 50, or in one case 20, going around kicking ass and trying to beat an evil bad guy whose name is about as subtle as a hammer to your balls.
This movie doesn't exactly scream subtle at all, though. Anyway,
It screams plenty of other things, that's for sure, but subtlety ain't one of them.
Well, it screams, yeah. But yeah, overall, yeah, very fun movie, and I think it's better than the first one. I think the first one had a few little creases here and there that this film managed to iron out.
Absolutely.
I just wish the third film didn't fucking all, but well, that's the third movie.
We'll get to that.
Yeah. All right, I'm done.
Shiroi, since you have been
sure.
experienced the magnificence of this testosterone,
Yeah.
do you feel enlightened?
I feel something. I mean, it's silly, stupid action is what it is. It's nothing more, nothing less. I mean, the choreography is great, and the one-liners, again, so puns are okay if it's paired with testosterone. All right.
No, sure. If when it's Arnold and Stallone and all the other guys doing it, it's fine because that's what you expect from them in terms of dialogue.
Also,
Yeah.
the way they did it was so masterful, having them actually trade puns or some of their most famous one-liners off of each other.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, story-wise, there isn't really anything particularly special about it. It's just an excuse for, again, silly, stupid action, and
Yeah.
it is fun. I don't really have much else to say about it.
All right.
I think...
I'll go next.
Go on.
Since I'm short anyway. Yeah, this is really enjoyable. Definitely the highlight of the series, at least so far. If the Fabled 4th movie comes out and manages to be even better, we'll see. But yeah, everyone is amazing, even for the smaller roles. Like when you think about it, Chuck Norris is more of a glorified cameo, but they managed to squeeze enough out of everyone that you don't even mind it. So I would say that there is a relatively slow start compared to how the movie progresses later on, but it's barely noticeable. Considering everything, it's perfectly fine. So I have no major complaints. Really enjoyable, that you can spend around once in a while. Good one. Next.
I'll go next. Yeah, okay. Since this is my first time watching this movie, because I heard a lot about it. The guys had told me a lot about it, but I wanted to save myself for a commentary because that's kind of been my tradition with these Expendables films. First time I watched Expendables 1 was with the guys, and that was fun. This movie, though, wow. Okay, this movie gets what a sequel should get. Give us more of what made the first movie good, but just make it even better. And it does that with flying colors. Like, right off the bat, the fact that we get more of Arnold Schwarzenegger and Bruce Willis actually in the movie helps out bazillions. But when they actually get to be in them, holy cow, it's amazing. And, they get practically everyone in the kitchen sink in by the final action scene. Jean-Claude Van Damme is well, despite being called Villain, he is actually a pretty sophisticated villain who has an ego about the size of Russia. Like, holy cow, dude. I think what I also appreciate is how this movie pulled off the whole let's bring in a new member to die out thing, but it was done in a way where the guy still felt like a fleshed out enough character. To the point where you do legit feel sorry that he died, and it does feel like a shame, but not in the sense like he's just cannon fodder. Like, it actually just feels like a new, vibrant member here and there. And hey, it's nice that his arc gets to come to a proper close with them giving the cash to his girlfriend who he planned to help pay off and all that. I think what helps elevate this above the first movie is like, well, this is like the first movie, but in a sense it had more action, but it also felt more like it was a better put together story. Like Sherry said, there's not too much story here aside from the obvious revenge stuff, but it does feel like, the story is a lot more well put together. You know what I mean? And I get why the first movie didn't have as well put together story. It's nice that this one manages to, be good without feeling like it had to be brain dead. Which, again, isn't a mark against the first one. It's just, this one feels like the first one, but more sophisticated in all the right ways. Like, the way that they plan out the one-liners, the action scenes, the set pieces, everything feels perfectly planned despite all the chaos. How ironic is that? Right down to the final fight scene, which is awesome! Like, everything really is awesome with this one. Oh yeah, and the score was quite amazing. Then again, I'd expect nothing less from the guy who does the composing for Transformers Prime, and a lot of other awesome stuff. So yeah, this is definitely my favorite Expendables movie. And I guess that leaves you, Pedro.
Well, there's not that much I can add. It's exactly what it means. Like, it's a fantastic love letter to people who grew up watching 80s action films. Like, and it does that. It delivers, knows exactly what it is, and it delivers exactly what people want. It pretty much is having a blast with itself, and it's all the more fun for it. And it's just a lot of fun. It's well directed. It's well scored. It's just a pleasure to direct because of their legacy. And it's just a lot of fun. Just sit down and get some popcorn and enjoy it, and that's basically what it is. So, unfortunately, the series will make up for it. We'll see.
Oh, by the way, fun fact: Arnold Schwarzenegger shot all his scenes in 4 days. Yeah, I know. They actually had to have him flown down for this movie, believe it or not, and he did it all in 4 days. It's quite an accomplishment.
All right, everybody. So that was Expendables 2. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. So tune in for Expendables
The third
3,
movie.
I guess.
Yay.
Well, on the plus side, Troy, we do actually have a female member added. On the downside, we also get
That
Kellen
made no
Lutz.
difference to this movie, and it probably won't make any
Joe-
difference to the other one.
Jover, I'll be honest, exactly that filled for Ronda Rousey either.
All right.
Yeah.
See ya for that then, people.
See you
Yeah.
then.
So,
See
yeah.
ya.